God, country, Notre Dame. This phrase, etched above the doorway to the Basilica of the Sacred Heart, is a calling for Notre Dame men and women across the globe. For former Notre Dame and NFL running back Rocky Bleier, God, country, Notre Dame is truly a way of life.
If you think about those words, you think about God, and who is God? And God is really who you are, or what you are to become. That essence, that spirit that's within you. Country gives you the ability to be able to develop that spirit, or the opportunities. Notre Dame is ultimately family, an extension of family.
A key member of the 1966 national championship team, Rocky entered the NFL in 1968 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 1 year later, like many of his Notre Dame classmates, he was drafted by the United States Army to serve his country during the Vietnam War.
In my class specifically, class of 1968, 20% of my classmates were commissioned officers, and hundreds more had served and fulfilled a responsibility, whether it be as a draftee or as a reservist or as a National Guard. It's that kind of commitment that God, Country, Notre Dame really stands for. Like thousands of other young men during that conflict, there was no choice. It was an obligation and a responsibility. And as I reflect back, it was a turning part of my life. It was an important part of my life. And I'm very proud to make the statement that I'm proud to be a Vietnam veteran, and I'm proud to have served in our military.
On August 20th, 1969, Rocky was on a mission in Vietnam. Searching through the jungle for wounded comrades, his platoon was ambushed. Rocky was hit. A bullet lodged in his left leg, shrapnel from a grenade seared his right leg. Pulled to safety by a fellow comrade, Rocky was awarded the Purple Heart and Bronze Star for service to his country.
Foxhole prayers, you hear those a lot. Those times when our backs up are against the wall. From every conflict, there's always been that one moment of time when you really have to take a look at yourself. And you ask for the grace of God to be able to get you out of the situation, or get you through the situation. But you have to know how and learn how to at least pray. And you have that here at Notre Dame. Many times that I sat at the grotto trying to figure out what was going on in my life and what was important. So Notre Dame is very important in that step, my development, and I think those who have passed through this institution and those who have served our country, that times of crisis, you have something to fall back on that is strong, that is dependable, and that is not only the university, it's faith, but it's people, and it's extended family.
Doctors told Rocky he would never play football again, but after his return from Vietnam, he refused to accept that prognosis and began a grueling rehabilitation in an attempt to re-enter the NFL.
I never wanted to get to a place in my life where I looked back and said, what if? What if? What if? And I wanted to erase all those what ifs that we have, and especially in my case, coming back to play professional football.
Rocky came all the way back in 1971, rejoining the Steelers with a spirit that inspired the team to 4 Super Bowl championships. That same spirit, instilled during his college days, lives today in Rocky Bleier, and he shares it with his family when he returns to campus.
When I come back and see all the progress that has taken place in the campus and how beautiful it is, seeing the circle and knowing that's where the university began, and seeing Turkic, Corby, and number 1, Moses, and touchdown to Jesus. To be able to go back and see the old South Dining Hall and where we stayed and lived in Dillon and Soren, to go to the grotto, to go to the log cabin, are all my memories. And so that's where I take my family, and that's where I take my grandkids to have them share that time.
Rocky Bleier, faith in God, service to country, loyalty to Notre Dame.
God, country, Notre Dame. Go Irish.